The Knicks come out in Game 5 and do exactly what they need to do. Let's talk about it. And well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Watsu-K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. It has been a miserable few days for New York sports. I mean, ever since the Rangers won on May 10th to take a 3-0 series lead on the Carolina Hurricanes, it's been a nightmare. The Rangers dropped 2 straight. The Mets get humiliated by the Atlanta Braves and Philadelphia Phillies, aside from one walk-off home run by Brandon Nimmo. But the Mets are falling faster and faster and faster. Yeah, the Yankees are doing fine, but, their big season's going to come later on in the year. But the Knicks lost a very, very tough Game 3, and it just seemed like in Game 4 they had nothing left to give. They got blitzed from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and that set up Game 5. Series tied at 2-2, as close to a must-win, I think, as you can have without it really being an elimination game. And the Knicks take this game over, a 121-91 victory in front of a wild, raucous Madison Square Garden crowd. Now, in the first quarter, this game was tight. I was out at a local brewery having some fantastic Chipotle barbecue wings, some Cajun dry spiced wings as well, a couple of Mosaic Pale Ales from Linwood Brewing Concern in Raleigh. Fantastic place. And I watched the first half in that building before I came home. And that first quarter was very, very tight. And I try to keep my energy kind of somewhat contained. I'm watching this game as 6 John Denver songs are being played in a row on the jukebox. Very interesting. I got this great energy going, and I'm here, and thank God I'm a country boy. It was a very weird dynamic. But the Pacers seriously came out hot, hit everything they were shooting beyond the three-point line. There were moments when it seemed like the Pacers brought their energy from Game 4 on the plane with them. And with 5.5 minutes gone in the first quarter, the Pacers have a 16-9 lead. Now, I wasn't panicking at this point, but I thought it was a very strange move by small market coach Rick Carlisle to bring in 3 bench players right away. I know this team likes to go 10 deep or whatever. I absolutely get that, but it was working. What they had on the floor was working in the moment. Carlisle disrupts it, and we said it was 16-9 Pacers, 5.5 minutes in. Over the next 42.5 minutes, the Knicks outscored them 112-75. That's what I'm talking about. Jalenbrunson leads this team in a money spot once again, 44 points. JB is the 7th player in NBA history with at least 5 40-point games in a single postseason. He joins the likes of LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Bernard King, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Shaquille O'Neal. He looked re-energized. He looked healthy. The Knicks need that more than anything in the world. So you know what? If the Knicks were going to lose Game 4, maybe that's what they needed. Maybe they needed to get their doors just blown off in that one particular game rather than lose another heartbreaker and just be completely fatigued for Game 5. But a couple of things I thought were very interesting in this game. Dante DiVincenzo did not hit a three-pointer in this game. He went 0 for 6. Played with great energy, great hustle, did score some big points, definitely got some rebounds. But Alec Burks makes up for that long-distance shooting. He goes 5 for 8 from beyond the arc, 18 points. Isaiah Hartenstein, 17 rebounds. What a game he had. But Tom Thibodeau, I thought, made a brilliant move by inserting DeucemcBride into the starting 5. McBride had maybe his best game of the postseason. 17 points. The Knicks were plus 26 when he was on the floor, but not only that, he played amazing defense on Tyrese Halliburton was a non-factor in this game. He scored 13 points, had just 5 assists on 9 shots. But here's the other thing that adjustment did, putting McBride into the starting lineup. Precious Achiuwa, who was the starting power forward the last couple games, he was now the backup center, and that pushed Jericho Sims to the bench. With all due respect to Jericho, he looked absolutely overwhelmed in games 3 and 4, and he just can't be on the floor in a meaningful spot. He just can't. And I took a look at some of the team stats, and I thought, well, what was the real difference in this game as opposed to before? Well, a lot of stats I was surprised to see were very similar. Field goal shooting percentage. Indiana shoots 43%. Knicks shoot 46%. Three-pointers. The Pacers made 12 of 27. The Knicks 12 of 35. Both teams made just under 80% of their free throw shots. But I'll give you a couple of the big differences. Rebounding is chief among them. Knicks pulled down 53 boards. The Pacers only 29. Wow. And 50 of those 53 rebounds, 20 of them for the Knicks were on the offensive side of the glass. But I think the Pacers, I think this is the thing that's going to get overlooked a little bit. Their ball control was horrible. We talked about at the beginning of the series. One of the things Indiana does really well is control the ball. They have a very good assist to turnover ratio. Well, Indiana turned the ball over 18 times in this game. The Knicks only 9. Big difference. Points in the paint. Knicks with 62. Pacers with 36. Oh, and I've been waiting to get to this. Oh, I've been waiting to give you this stat. Their touted bench, the touted immortal, just out of this world Indiana Pacers bench scored just 21 points in this game. And when Obitoppin was on the floor tonight, the Pacers were minus 25. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, the outsiders and, you know, the infamous coalition of Knick haters, they wanted to know why the Knicks, why Tom Thibodeau worked so hard to just pull out that 2 seed. To get that 2 seed and potentially face a tougher matchup in the playoffs. That is exactly why. We saw the reason in Game 5. For a night like this, for a moment like this, for a game like this, that MSG crowd was electric. There was a roar for pretty much the last 3 quarters of the game. And here's the thing with the Garden crowd, okay? If you give your best effort, they will get behind you. And then when you get to the biggest spots of the year, they will then lift you to another level. And by the way, the hockey team that plays home games in Madison Square Garden might want to take a few notes on that. I'm just saying. But now it's back to Indianapolis on Friday night with a chance for the Knicks to clinch and stamp their way into the Eastern Conference Finals. Game 7, if necessary, will be Sunday at MSG. Oh, by the way, OG Anunoby is expected to be back at some point during the Eastern Conference Finals. If the Knicks get by this series, they could have another chance to play OG Anunoby in a series most likely against the Celtics, which they absolutely will need. But God, a win was needed for New York sports. A win was needed for my head because I was going absolutely crazy. And if you saw my Rangers rant, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching. Hey, quick reminder, we go live Wednesday nights, and that's going to be primarily Jets talk. The schedule release is today. I'm going to break down my 53-man roster as of today for the Jets as well. We do trivia. We spin the wheel. We're going to have a fantastic time. So be sure to join me 10 o'clock Eastern on YouTube at New York Sports WickerMedia. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.